Hello, dear students. Welcome everyone to this session on information systems. We will be discussing the concept of information system and also the types. All right. This session is available on YouTube as well as Facebook of SuperProfs, and we have covered the complete course in 100% English as well as in mixed language separately so that you can easily understand. So if you need to access this course, you can simply call 01141170753 and inquire about the course. All right. So without any further delay, we'll start with the session now. What do you understand by an information system? As we have studied, information system is a system which is used to provide information. All right. So how will we define an information system? Now, there will be different components which will be, included to provide effective information. All right, information system. There will be different components first of all. All right, and these components they will enable information to be used. So basically, whenever there is some data or information, you need it processed, and you need information to make some decisions from it, right? It has to be conclusive, as we understood the various characteristics of good information. It has to be relevant. It has to be accurate. So why does it need to be that thing? Because it is needed to make decisions. All right. So how we can define it is a set of components or events that provides effective information for decision making. Okay. Now, as we are what we are understanding, what we are reading here is about why this information system is so important towards business. So let's see what are the implications of business information system in business. Now, various kinds of information is required by different levels of management. All right. So implications also depend on the different levels of management. All right. Like towards the higher level, let's say the strategic managers, what why they need information is to take important decisions, and these decisions or these situations may not have occurred in the same way prior. All right, because at strategic level, they face unforeseen circumstances. There may be some issues which have not been faced earlier level. Let's say the strategic managers, the role of information system is to provide them with cases or models from the previous experiences so that they can take proper decisions. All right. Whereas in case of, let's say, operational or slightly lower level, mid-level managers, they need information to manage their employees and their reportees, and they need information, to run day-to-day tasks, whether their employees they logged in, whether they started work, are they absent, are they, on some sort of leaves, what are the timings when they are working, have they completed each and every task. So different kind of information as compared to strategic managers or higher level managers. All right. So first of all, knowledge gathered through information system may be utilized by managers in unusual situation. As I mentioned, unusual situation is something which has not occurred before or which was not predictable. All right, and now because of the previous information which has been gathered, you might decide what is the right thing to do in an unusual, unpredicted situation. Right. Then innovative ideas for solving critical problems based on information. Let's say there is a new piece of information, or there are so many findings. Based on that, you will find out innovative idea for solving critical problem. Right. Take the right decision at the right time. So it is very important for a manager of any level to understand what information is important and when. All right. And because these small decisions, these small piece of information, the decisions that you make at manager level, whether it is even a small decision or bigger decision, it has to be taken at the right time. So an information system enables managers, all right, to take the right decision at the right time, and it also helps in effective decision making. Now, because of all these four things, knowledge gathering for unusual situation, innovative ideas, right decision at the right time, and effective decision making, all these enable in the fifth and the final, implication, which is to gain competitive edge. Okay, when Intel was, keen on innovation and they were able to identify their bugs, they worked on them very proactively and they were able to gain that competitive edge. Today, every, the chip and processors, microprocessors are of Intel. Similarly, you can take the example of Apple because of its focus on innovation and good technology. They had that they have this competitive edge. All right. So when information systems are properly utilized, they will enable an organization to gain the competitive edge. All right. Now there are two kinds of information system. All right. Now we have studied that what is an information system. It will include two processes. First is your input, which will go into processing, and then you will get output. All right. Now there's one kind of system in which this is completely based on human intervention. All right. If this process is includes human intervention, in that case it would be manual. All right, because each and every step is being directed by humans. However, if the complete process, okay, of information information process output, then there is your feedback, there is also storage. If this complete process is being taken care of by a computer, all right, in that case it is computer based information system. And why is that? Because if this is completely done by computer and there is no human intervention, then this is your computer based information system. All right, human intervention is absolutely not required and the complete process is done by computer itself. So now that the complete process is done by computer itself, then the computer has obviously to play a major role to play in these computer based information systems. And as you know that computers are they are high in efficiency and productivity. Therefore, because of a CBIS, a computer based information system, you are able to utilize many advantages. All right, so now we'll define computer based IS. Now, a computer-based information system or a CBIS is utilizes computer to what? There are 4 or 5 tasks that you have to do, right? You have to collect information, you have to analyze it, then you have to process it, and depending on what you need to do, you will either need to store or distribute it. All right. So collect, process, store, analyze, and distribute information. So a CBIS will use computer to do these 5 tasks. Okay. And what will they do? They will do these 5 tasks on information. So distribute information for a specific purpose, such as meeting a business objective. Everything we are doing right now is about, a business objective. So this is the complete definition. I'll just repeat it. A computer-based information system uses computers to collect, process, store, analyze, and distribute information for a specific purpose, such as meeting a business objective. And as discussed, obviously, an IS in which the computer plays a major role is your computer-based information system. Alright. Next, we will study the various elements of computer-based information system. Now, this is something which we have already previously covered. So basically, these will be the same as the elements of information system, and these 5 elements are hardware, software, data, people, and network. Alright. Hardware, you understand the tangible parts. Alright. And what are these? Your input output devices, alright, or your storage devices, CPU, everything, processing devices, all the devices which you can touch, the tangible parts are the hardware. Software will be the intangible or the virtual. For example, you have operating system. Alright. I'm just quickly covering so that you can revise them, but otherwise we have already covered these elements. Data is obviously the information part. People are the users associated or the human resources which will ensure that the work is being done. And network is your interconnection or the communication which will be used in for distributing the information between different elements. Alright. So these 5 elements are the elements of CBIS. Now further, alright, next we will study the major areas where CBIS are utilized. Now, if you think about it, there are different, functions in your organization, and these different functions will require different piece of information, or they will be able to, utilize information in different ways. So, first of all, let's talk about finance and accounting. Now, where will these functions utilize them? The information. Alright, they will utilize information to ensure financial viability. Alright, so higher level managers or strategic level managers will decide whether the kind of finances, the profits that you are making, that the loss that you are generating in an organization, how much future is there for the organization, or based on. So the first point is to ensure financial viability. Then the second thing is in forecasting revenues. So based on all right that in the last year or in 2017 and 2018. The let's say Q2 generates let's say 4.7 crores of sale. So we are assuming that the Q2 of 2019, because we are doing something better, so it will also generate 5 crores. Basically, like you'll be able to forecast revenues based on previous year's data. So in this case, we looked at the previous year's data, already the sales figures. So therefore, for finance and accounting teams, this data the CBIs will be used for ensuring financial viability and forecasting revenues. For marketing and sales, it will help to maximize sales. Alright, once they gather information about which product is selling, which audience are buying up their particular product, then they can utilize this information to target more such users, or to sell to put more efforts on selling a particular product. So to maximize sales and then to ensure customer satisfaction, there are different customer surveys at different points of time, right? So with information, marketing and sales functions will do these both tasks. Then is inventory management. So basically, how much inventory you have in stocks, whether a particular item is available, whether it needs to be reordered, whether it needs to be uh, created from scratch, produced, depending on what you are dealing with. So monitoring or tracking the stocks. And then lastly, human resource management, which is also very important, because to manage human assets, like as I mentioned earlier, whether which employees are attending office on a particular day, whether they are on sick leave, whether they are on let's say your planned leave or unpaid leave, that kind of information. What time do they log in? What time do they log out? What are the salaries? So all that information will be utilized for human resource management, all right, and that will be utilized towards managing human assets, all right. So these are the major areas in which CBIS would help these different functions. The next thing we will study is the types of information systems. System will be utilized at different levels. So first we will as I mentioned that the usage of information system or the implications of information system in a business would be on different levels, alright, and this would be based on the management level which is utilizing this information or the information system, alright. So first we'll talk about the different hierarchies of the company, okay, and then we will talk which information system is used in a particular level and who utilizes it, okay. Make sure that you draw this diagram if there is any question relating to information system, all right. So first of all, the highest level in an organization, which is the top level and which requires some strategic decision making, all right, it is also called as strategic level system, okay. So first comes our strategic level system. Then we have the management level system. All right. Management level system would mean where the mid-level managers are there, people who need to make decision and manage the employees who report to them. All right. So this is the second management level system. Then comes your knowledge level system. Knowledge level system is people who are experts in their fields, people who execute the actions or take expert decisions, all right, on a more regular activity. And in the end, you have the operational level managers or operational level which is operational level system, which is required by people who are executing the tasks at the very ground level. All right, so there are four levels. The first one is your top level, second is management level, knowledge level, and then the last is your operational level. Now, what do you think would be, if we talk about the very first level, the information system used at this level is executive information system. So whenever you're talking about strategic decision making or top level managers, the information system used is executive information system. The way you can remember this is because the people who are at the top are the executive team, so the information system used for them is executive information system, all right. And obviously if they're the top level senior managers, then therefore it is used by senior managers, all right. The second level comes as management level system. There are two information systems which are used at this level. The first one is your decision support system, DSS. As I mentioned, this level of information, this level of your organization requires information to make decisions on a more regular level, all right. So they require systems like decision support system and management information system, okay. So systems which will help them or enable them to ensure that the HR level or to manage human assets, all those things will come in management information system, all right. And this is used by obviously the mid-level managers, all right, or the middle managers. Next comes the knowledge level system. The information systems used here are OAS or KMS, all right. KMS stands for knowledge management systems, and this is used by, as I mentioned, these are skilled data workers or knowledge workers, all right. So this level, this information system is used by knowledge and data workers, And in the end, we have operational level system, which is to the extent of each transaction. So one of the operating system used here is transaction processing system, and as I mentioned, this is used by the operational managers, people who execute these activities. All right, so these are the four different types of information system. Now we will start studying them one by one. So we'll start with the strategic level system or the top level system. Now, as I mentioned, this is used by strategic managers. And why would they require this information? They would require this information to track and deal with strategic issues. Right? Now, the top level management needs information for long-term planning. All right. So, and also, as we all know, that the top level people will have a crunch of time, right? They will not have a lot of time. Okay. So the kind of information system that they require is, it has to be ease of use. It has to be interactive. All right, and it has to be something with a lot of graphs or trend analysis. Why? Because the top level managers, they will not have a lot of time, all right, to look at detailed reports and read and understand them. No, what they want is data which is readily understandable, which is depicted in a format which they can just go through and understand. All right, so therefore the information system at this level, they are very easy to use. Okay, and they are used for long term planning. All right. So these are the different characteristics. We'll read them one by one now. So first of all, strategic level system is used by strategic managers to track and deal with strategic issues, assisting long-term planning. All right. And the information system used at this level is executive information system. Now what is this? It is used by executives to assess and administer, to access and administer the data they entail to make informed business decision for long-term planning. Okay. Now we will study about the various features of EIS. As I mentioned, it has to be interactive. All right. It has to be easy to use. And how will you ensure that an information system is easy to use? By ensuring that it has icons and pull down menus. All right. Then it must have touch screen. All right. Trend analysis. There should be graphs, there should be picto charts or colorful graphics and standard templates, so that it is easy for the managers to read this information or to utilize the same standard template across different functions. All right. So these are the features of EIS. Next is the characteristics of EIS. So it has to be future oriented. All right. It can come from informal sources also. It lacks in structure because it will have a lot of information. All right. It has very low level of detail. As I mentioned, if it would have high level of detail, then there would be detailed reports. But that is not something that the strategic level managers would require. They require the final conclusions, very low level of detail, but the relevant information they need there. And it has high degrees of uncertainty. So this is what executive information system is about. All right. Next we come to the next level, which is the mid-level management system. As you remember, the information systems used here are DSS and MIS. And DSS full form is Decision Support System, and MIS stands for Management Information System. Correct. So now let's see why mid-level managers would require this, or why this management system is required. So it supports the middle level managers or the middle managers, and what? For monitoring, decision making and administrative activities. Or administrative activities, I told you, for HR asset management, right? Decision making, All right, based on the previous data, they can take important decision whether, how many resources to allocate to which particular function or which product to market more, and monitoring who is logging in when and all that stuff. Okay. The next thing is, it provides periodic reports rather than instant information on operations. So basically, let's say, a mid-level manager would require a monthly report on the sales figures or the salary drawn. Okay, so this provides periodic reports rather than daily or instant information. It will provide you a periodic report. It can be daily, weekly, or even monthly. All right, but it's not instant information. It is something which is already fixed and decided. Okay, and as I mentioned again and again about attendance and everything, an example of a mid-level in management system would be your college control system. Okay, and this college control system, it will give report on the number of leaves availed by the staff or the salary paid to staff, or for the administration function, it would also provide you the funds generated by fees. So all this information, these are different kind of information, but it will be required by the mid-level managers. All right, and for management or for decision making. Okay, whether it is for HR management or monitoring or decision making, the system will be used by mid-level managers. All right, and you will not require this report on a daily basis, right, or immediately, instantly you would not require this. So it will be a periodic report. Okay, so now, as we studied, there are two kinds of mid-level management system. The first one is your MIS. So first we will study about MIS. Okay, now management information system. What is this used for? Okay, it is an integrated user machine system. Okay, for providing information to support operation, management, and decision making functions in an organization. Now, one thing which is very important and which you need to ensure that you remember is, a management information system may be utilized by mid-level as well as strategic level. Why? Because human resource management or decision making has to be done at even strategic level, right? So whether this information is being utilized at the mid level or at the strategic level depends on the criticality of the information, but it may be used by high level also. Okay, and these systems, an MIS is a system which provides accurate, timely, and meaningful data. And what will this data be used for? For management planning, analysis, and control. What is the final objective? The final objective is to optimize the growth of the organization. Okay, so how we will remember this is, this is very important, so you need to remember it. All right, so first of all, try to understand what this you can remember by the name itself that it is used by management level. All right, what is it used for? Optimizing growth of the organization, right? How you will ensure that it happens is by management planning, analysis, and control. And what would you need for doing these three activities, management planning, analysis, and control? You will need accurate, timely, and meaningful data. All right, and then you have to write it in the opposite role. Okay, so a system which provides accurate, timely and meaningful data for what? In order to do management planning, analysis and control, which in turn will enable you to optimize the growth of an organization at the mid-level management level. Alright, this is an information system, and how it does this is because it is an integrated user machine system which is utilized for providing information to support the different functions. Which are the different functions? Operation, management and decision making functions in an organization. Okay, the example of an MIS would be your airline reservation system. Okay, it is used by different functions, or whether it is the scheduling team or seat booking or the payment finance team for payment, everything. So different functions would be involved when it comes to airline reservation system. Okay, the boarding list, and this is an example of an MIS. Now we will study about the various characteristics of MIS. As I mentioned, in an airline reservation system, there would be different functions across the team which would require it. So for seat booking or for payment, or let's say if the complete seat booking is done, then it needs to be taken off the payment, or it needs to be shown in the same thing. All right. So therefore, first of all, MIS should have a common database. All right. Whether it is through online or at the airport, it will have a common database. Then it will be computer based. Obviously, a higher efficient system would be one which is computer based. If you are maintaining an MIS manually, it will not be as efficient or productive. Alright. Then it should have a common data flow. Alright. There should be different modules, but the data flow should be common across all these modules. So that also brings us to another characteristic, that it should be modular. Alright. Then it should be management directed and management oriented. Why? Because this primarily helps the managers in making decisions, in managing and taking control. So it has to be management directed and management oriented. And as I said, common data flow should also remind you that it should be modular. Alright. Now if there are different modules, okay, and you need them to work in totality, then it has to be completely integrated. Okay, it needs. And why would you do so many activities? Because it should be need based. So whatever information or whatever a piece of information is required to take a particular decision, that should be there. So it should be need based. Also, it should help in long term planning. So all these characteristics, all these are the characteristics of MIS. Okay, again I will just help you to remember them. How you need to remember these is, first of all, you need to say that okay, an MIS is obviously computer based. Okay, now if computer is there, then there has to be a database which needs to be common. If the database is common, then the data flow will also be common. Okay, now if there is common data flow, then where will this common data flow be? In different modules. Okay, so if there are different modules, that means that it has to be modular. Because otherwise data flow, if it is a common data flow, what if it is only a single module, then there is no sense of common data flow or common database, right? So the common database and common data flow needs to be in different modules, and therefore an MIS needs to be modular. And if there are different modules, then it needs to be integrated. Okay, and need based and long term planning are obvious things for an MIS. Now we will study about the DSS, which is the decision support system. Okay, now again this is also computer based information system, and what it helps is, it helps business and organizational decision making activities. So the difference between DSS and MIS would be MIS helps you in management and control activities also. This DSS is specifically for decision making activities. Alright, how this works we will just study. And it is a system which provides tools to managers to assist them in solving semi-structured and unstructured problems. Why is this so? So let's say if there is a problem which has proper structure, which has occurred before. In that case, if the problem has already occurred before, then you would have a proper solution to it. And so in that case you will not require decision support system. In that case it would be an operational activity only. You already know how to take care of it. Alright. So in that case that would not be you would not require DSS. However, problems which may or may not have occurred, or which are semi-structured or unstructured. Right? Unstructured is completely like it's a completely new problem, new issue. You did not understand that it has never occurred before. Semi-structured is it has kind of occurred before, but it is it is slightly different now. So this system, a decision support system, will provide tools for managers to ensure that they take decisions to solve these problems. Alright, what are these tools? So basically, your DSS system would have different components. Okay, first of all, there's a planning language, and the user interacts with this planning language. Alright, this planning language would in turn be connected with two databases which are there. Okay, the first one is your user database, and the second one is model base. Okay, now what database is, okay, and this complete system is your DSS. Okay. So the user interacts with this planning language, alright, which in turn is connected to your database. The database contains company and user information. Okay, and the model base consists information about previous instances, alright, previous experiences which have happened, which are considered as models. Okay, like you have test papers, now model test paper or previous year question test paper. So previous year is something which has already happened, alright, or model is also something like you are taking it as an example or as a case. So model base would have previous experiences as models. Database would be the actual company and user database, and both of these will be working in connection with the planning language. Alright, and this complete DSS is being utilized by the user. Okay. Also, the planning language that we have, this planning language will be of two kinds. The first one is your general purpose, and the other one is special purpose. Okay, so general purpose is used for as the name suggests, generic work tasks, and special one would be which has specified very particular specified tasks. All right, so these are the four different components of a DSS: the planning language, database, model based, and your user. Okay, let us study further. I hope the diagram is clear to you. Okay, so these are the four components of DSS: user, programming language, database, and model base. All right, and the two kinds of programming language are general purpose and special purpose. What is a DSS? A DSS is a computer-based information that supports business and organizational decision-making activities. Okay, It is a system which provides tools to managers. What for? To assist them in solving semi-structured and unstructured problems. All right. And it supports the human decision making process rather than a means to replace it. It's not, decision support system is not enough in itself to solve problems. It just supports the human decision making process through all that information to solve the problems. All right. It does not replace it together altogether. All right. Next we'll come to the knowledge level system. So for today we will wind up here itself. All right. I hope whatever aspects we have studied are clear to you. In case you are facing any doubts, you can ask me on the channel through chat. Okay. We have a few participants joining us now. You can get the full video on the second part of this session will be soon. Satyam, can you provide a tentative date? Apart from that, the complete course, Galaxy Tab, which exam do you belong to? Which exam are you preparing for? Satyam.
Yes, this next part of this session will be in coming week. We will notify
Okay.
this Telegram channel. I have already shared this link, Telegram link. You can subscribe this Telegram link. We will notify through this channel. I'm also sharing this our WhatsApp group for the CS professional and other exams. So if you belong in
Sure.
CS professional or CA final or CA intermediate, you can join this WhatsApp group, and we will notify through these channels.
Okay. So, Galaxy Tab S6, if you are preparing for CS Professional old course, especially in 100% English, the complete course is also available on SuperProfs. Okay. So, not just this particular topic and this particular video, the complete course is available, and that would be very beneficial for you. All right. So, you can call on the sales number, that is 0114117 Okay. For admissions inquiry, you can call on this number and you can get the complete course. All right. So I have also received your contact number, and you can join one of these WhatsApp groups or Telegram group. All right, to get to know the schedule for different sessions, not just for information system. Different sessions are being held, on a daily basis in the evening at same time, 7:30 p.m. for final or professional level students. All right. And among other sessions at 5:30 p.m. we have for foundation level students and the CSEET students. At 6:30 p.m. it is for all inter and executive level students, and 7:30 p.m. is for the final and professional level students. All right. Sorry, Shalini, you joined a little bit late, but you can find this video on YouTube. All right, on our channel of SuperProfs. You can also subscribe on the SuperProfs channel for all such free videos, free sessions, and further guidance, sessions that we hold. And apart from that, there are these, there's Telegram link, there is WhatsApp groups which you can join for all such guidance and resources. If there's any other query, you can still write to me on chat, or you can write to admissions at superprofs.com or myguide at superprofs.com. Okay. And just mention that you came through the session and you want to ask the question to so and so professor. I am Juhi Gupta. I have taught ITSA in CS Professional old syllabus. I have also taught different syllabus for CSEET, okay, and the financial management in the interlevel. I'm the CEO of SuperProfs, and I've also done, my MBA from IIT Roorkee and BTech in computer science. So that is why, when I teach all these concepts, I can teach you right from the basics till the advanced level so that you can have that understanding. So if that's about it, we'll wrap up the session today. It was very nice hosting this session for you all, and I hope you got benefited from this session. Thank you and have a great day.